President Biden just said that it would be a bad idea for Speaker Pelosi to take a trip to Taiwan. The Taiwan Travel Act explicitly says it's U.S. policy to allow officials at all levels to travel to Taiwan because insufficient contact between high-level officials in particular has been bad for relationships between the U.S. and Taiwan. So the president is advocating a policy in opposition to the Taiwan Travel Act. More to the point, he's effectively allowing the Chinese Communist Party to have a veto over the travel plans of members of Congress, and in the process, weakening our entire deterrent posture with respect to Taiwan. In other words, if we're too afraid to allow CODELs to go to Taiwan for fear of provoking the CCP, how are we ever going to increase and expedite military sales to Taiwan? How are we going to have basing agreements in the Indo-Pacific in order to increase our presence so as to deter a PLA invasion of Taiwan? Bad message from the president. Overall, weak message for U.S. foreign policy. I urge Speaker Pelosi not to back down.
President Biden has been dragging his feet, although we know which way he's going to go, in making this decision on whether to lift Trump's tariffs on China. Here's how the White House actually responded to questions yesterday.
The way that it was handled by the last administration was it was bungled. If I'm going to be really honest here, it was not done in an effective way.
Senator, bungled. Trump took China head on really smartly. They did that long report. Bob Lighthizer, the USTR, probably the most talented one we've ever had in our history. This was done meticulously. He didn't cower to the Chinese like Biden is obviously beginning to do.
You know, I think that the tariffs on China were some of the best things that President Trump did. And we all know what's going to happen here. Joe Biden's going to cave. He is going to roll over for the Chinese Communist Party. He's going to let them have everything back that they wanted. And all I can say is if you like what you're getting from Biden, if you want to send more jobs overseas to China, if you want to have to buy our energy from China, if you want to be dependent on China, then Joe Biden's your guy because that's his entire policy. But for those of us who want jobs in America, good paying jobs, manufacturing jobs in this country, those tariffs are important. And I think we shouldn't roll them back, Laura. We ought to be strengthening them. That ought to be our policy.